Um, Hello, Ed. This is Alix.
Hey, Alex. Alix, is it Alix or Alex?
Alix, A-L-I-X.
Okay. And did I pronounce your last name correctly? GAYAUD?
Yes, you can say GAYAUD, but it's a French last name. You can definitely say GAYAUD as well.
GAYAUD.
GAYAUD.
Okay.
We're going to go with GAYAUD.
I just want to forgive
Yes,
GAYAUD.
Galixarthur, GAYAUD.
Okay, welcome to the show, sir.
And please forgive me. I barely speak English, let alone other languages.
Although he was known to be in jail in France for 10 years. But Alex, you and I won't tell anybody. Go ahead.
So we have on the line everybody who's listening and everybody who will listening, because we always get people who watch it after the show. Alixarthur GAYAUD, who is running for Council-at-large.
All right.
And I want to congratulate you and say I feel sorry for you at the same time, because you're going to make yourself go crazy. But I most of all congratulate you. Decide to throw your hat in the ring. So I'm going to ask you, why did you decide now it's time for Alixarthur GAYAUD to run for political office in the city of Brockton?
And one more time, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited for Common Sense Solution of the city of Brockton. And we have a lot of stuff to do. And then I know you've been living in the city of Brockton for quite a while. You know a lot about the city of Brockton and as well. And you know that we all together have a lot of stuff to complete. And for example, we have housing, homelessness, calling transportation, and as well public safety. Let me introduce myself first, Ed Miller, so we can move forward with the questions. My name is Alixarthur GAYAUD. I've been living in the city of Brockton for almost a decade with my family, my wife, Bethany, who I've been together with for over 20 years. We've been together since high school, and we still are together. And I have three beautiful kids, Arthur, Ashley, and Alexa, that I'm so concerned about what the city of Brockton, the future of the city of Brockton, is going to look like for them in the new generation for the next 10 to 20 years. That's one of the reasons that I've been running. As an immigrant, came from Haiti, lived quite a while in Georgia, and then came to Brockton, Massachusetts, and the city has given me a lot of opportunity. I came here with $1,000 in my pocket with my family, my wife, and one girl at that failure, and then went to Massachusetts, complete my associate degree in criminal justice, and then get transferred to UMass Boston, where I'm still in the process to complete my degree. And I'm so excited to be able to start giving back to the city that I love. And then, Ed Miller, let me ask a question myself. What I'm doing for a living. I'm a real estate agent, and I'm currently helping other people buying and selling houses all over the state of Massachusetts. And I'm a program director as well for the corporation in Massachusetts. And I'm a small business owner. So I'm always excited to work with people and would love to learn more about the public policy, because I've been an active citizen for in the city of Brockton for the last 4 years. I've been helping candidates during election time, and I've been talking to my neighbors all over the 7 wards of the city of Brockton, and I've heard they have a lot of complaints, and then they don't want to actively practice politics. And then I say, why not I get involved? Because I aim to raise my kids, my family here. I have planned to eventually retire here. That's why I have to get involved and help participate to change the city of Brockton for the better.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that answer. I mean, it does say enough. You mentioned public safety. And, you know, one thing, and I want to go on this because we've interviewed a lot of people. People kind of brush over the homelessness problem here, but really never go into it. You put it out forefront in your talk about what you want to do. We do have a big homeless problem here. What are some of the ideas you have that the city of Brockton can do to at least mitigate some of the homeless problems that we have?
Ed, thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for this question. This is a very important question that I've been thinking forever. Because I want the people of Brockton to start thinking about a new way of solving the homeless problem in the city of Brockton. Hey, the first question that I've always been asking myself, we will never be able to solve homeless problem when people are uneducated or when people don't have skills. Because as we can notice, as a real estate agent myself, I've been seeing that property get increased almost 3 times. As a homeowner myself, I bought my houses 5 years ago. Guess what, Ed Miller? My house get double, almost triple in value for the last 5 years. So it's going to be very difficult for people to have a minimum wage job and be able to survive, to even live in the city of Brockton. So what I would say is this. We have to address, as a city council, as soon as I will get elected, if people do vote me during this coming election, the first round will be in September 19, I'll be glad to talk to people, to encourage my other councilors so we can solve this problem for the next 10 to 20 years. But the best way to do it is that introducing real technical schools so people by 18, like I'm talking about students, by 18, they can get graduated with a skill so they can get out there and work. By this way, they will not be able to get minimum wage. They will instead be able to get paid properly by the skills and the value they will provide to businesses. By this way, they will be able to buy their homes, to raise their family in the city of Brockton. Guess what? We are one of the poorest city in Massachusetts, but at the same time, one of the most expensive one. This is so complicated to live in the city of Brockton because this is very expensive to live, and then that's something that we will have to address to definitely stop Brockton residents for leaving the city that we all love. That's what the best way, and the best perspective that I give.
Okay, we got to go to the next question.
So we can solve the homeless problem moving forward.
We got to go to the next question.
Alex, this is Bishop Tony Branch. Good afternoon again, and thank you for calling. We are hoping, one of the things that we do here at Stand Up Strong for the last 8 years is really to make sure that people that are running for public office are real versed in some of the issues that are facing the residents of the city of Brockton. You know that the first issue that is a hot button issue is what's happening with the Brockton public schools. But I want to delve into another important issue that may have been missed. You indicated that you were an immigrant from Haiti. You came here with $1,000. We have currently the Sullivan administration. Mayor Robert Sullivan tried to introduce an Office of Immigrant Services for the city of Brockton. We are one of a very few cities in the Commonwealth that does not have this office, even though the largest growing migrant population in the city is the Haitian population. We are coming here in strong numbers from the southern borders. People don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk facts here today. In hearing that, the city council voted it down. According to Councilor Lally, it was voted down because of a technical glitch. I think you have to have an ordinance or something first. Nonetheless, they could have done a symbolic vote to bring the Office of Immigrant Services to the city. What say you in terms of your ability to communicate with the rest of the Brockton City Council that they need an Office of Migrant Services? So you say you want to work on communication. What would you have done to convince them to at least have a symbolic vote to have an Office of Immigrant Services?
So if I definitely understand your question, Tony Branch, I'm so excited to be able to answer your questions. If I understand very clear, you tell me what if I eventually get elected to the city council, what the best option, the best way that I will be trying to influence or talk to people so we can have an immigrant support office or.
Correct. The Sullivan administration put forth an Office of Immigration Services that was voted down by the Brockton City Council, with the exception of State Representative and current Councilor Rita Mendez, who gets it. What I'm saying to you is that they're saying that the vote was a no vote for technical reasons. I think it was reasons of orders. Jack Lally, if you listen, call in, push back on me. But I don't understand why the councilors didn't vote symbolically to say that we need this office when this city is growing exponentially with migrants that are coming here from Haiti. We need an Office of Immigration Services. This mayor needs the support. It was voted down. You said that you would work on, and I quote, communications because of complaints. So this is a complaint. How would you have convinced your fellow city councilors to vote for an Office of Immigration Services?
Thank you again.
No worries.
Tony Branch. So this is what we have to understand. It's all about communication. It's all about sit around the table so we can bring the best for the city of Brockton. Let me be clear, Tony Branch. As I said, I came from Haiti, and I respect the laws. I am a hard worker. So let me tell you something. If wherever you come from, as soon as you come here, if you do everything properly, respect the rules, that's one of the things that I believe as an immigrant country, we will have to do our best to protect those people. Because when they come here, they come to work. If they respect the law, they come to work. They come to raise their family. They will be also able to pay taxes, so we can help the city with its budget eventually. So what I will do is that talk to the people, because it's all about the legislative branch of the city, like the city council.
Correct.
I can't do all of those stuff by myself. It's all about conversation, communication, talk to people, try to explain them to make them understand the real problem is, what the real problem is, in the best way that we will eventually resolve it. If I can't say anything like that, I can't tell you anything set right now,
right.
But I'm promising.
Right. Fair enough.
I promise as an immigrant, I will be doing my best to talk to people, to city council, to neighbors, to all the Brockton residents, so we can bring those words for the voiceless to the city council, and so the city of Brockton can get the best of
Fair
it.
enough.
I am all for the people. I am all for Brockton. I am all for the Brockton residents.
Right.
I am all for the communities. I'm talking about Caribbean communities. I'm talking about
everybody.
Irish communities. I'm
right.
talking about Asian communities.
Right.
I am talking about
one more question.
Every
Alex.
single communities.
Yep.
I will do my best, eventually talking to other councilors so we can bring the best and the benefit of the city. That's what I will do. That's what I will believe. That's what I will always believe.
So, Alex, I want to ask one quick question, and I need to get Ed on the microphone. One of the things that you're saying that you're going to talk to all the city councilors. A lot of these city councilors have been a part of the Brockton City Council for many of them more than 3 terms. And there's been a lot of talking. So let me just ask you this question. One of the things that you said when you started your conversation was that you have gone across the city and that there have been many complaints. Could you give Ed and
I'm sorry, Tony Branch. I have some little issue to really understand you properly. I don't know if you have to decrease your volume a little bit so I can listen to you properly.
Oh, okay. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, we got to be careful because we don't want to. Okay, because remember, just turn me completely down. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now, Alex?
Yes.
Okay, because we're also live over social media, Twitter and Facebook right now. So wanted to ask you a little bit about, and Ed and I love to hear these stories because it also shows us what you would do in terms of your leadership. You said that when you went across the city, there are people that had complaints that really are not a part of the political process. Could you give us an example of one of those complaints, and what would you do about that complaint?
Oh, I'm still struggling to listen to you. Oh,
Now, what he said is, you've been talking to people. They've been telling you what they don't like, what's happening in the city. Can you give us one example of what is happening that people don't like?
okay. For example, as a property owner myself, I believe the last time, 2 years ago, in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic, they have an increase in water bills. I was not happy about it. I talked about it.
Well, we
and
talked
I
about that.
Made like people in my, especially in my neighbors, my neighbors, and as well, I talk to people, especially, and I'm so focused all over the world. I talk to over 200 people because, like the process, let's face it, Tony Branch, I talk to people because the last 4 years I'm helping other people to get registered. That's one of the best options that I have when I go to some houses and ask them if I can help them register, and I drop those documents for them in the city hall. I grab this opportunity as well to talk to them about our issues, because we've been living in a situation like we don't have a lot of money, and things in life is getting more and more expensive. That's why one of the reasons that, like, when I went out and talked to them about that, they were not happy. Even myself, because currently I have 3 kids, and my wife, I have a lot of bills to pay, and I get punished myself, and then, but, all of those stuff, they ask for, but as soon as we get service for that, I don't think it's a problem, but the thing is, it's about money. We have to have that amount of money to pay the bills on time without any delay.
Okay.
But I talked to them about the water bill.
Ed Miller. Ed Miller.
Right in the middle of the building, and I talked about it.
Alex, you brought up a point that kind of hits on one of the questions I love to ask. Now, you mentioned that the property values are going up. You bought your house 5 years ago. I bought my house in 2008, and so and I bought mine in 2008, and I saw the same thing. It's not an issue. I just kind of want to lead into the question. Though we live in the Boston Goldilocks zone. This is an area that people should be wanting to move to. But on the 7 cities that are in that 40-mile range of Boston.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Yeah, a 40-mile range of Boston. We are second from the bottom on the growth of property values. The problem is we're having issues of getting enough businesses to come here to want to invest. One of the big problems we've come up to and spoke to many people is we have a parking issue everywhere in pretty much everywhere in Brockton except the center and in the Mojave Desert of the south side, where Kmart used to be. What are some ideas that we can actually get businesses in here, family fun centers especially, but other businesses that would help to attract people to move here?
2 things, Edmina. Thank you again for the question. I think that the first part of the question is that we have to think about our developer. We have to give them the opportunity to do what they can do best, and then give them the right support so we can get eventually new development in many other different areas. And the other side of it, for the businesses, and as in like a small business owner myself, I'm talking about it. We have to be able to talk like consult, talk to the community, talk to city council, and as well the mayor, because the mayor is one of the most important people in the city, because we have to have a specific office for businesses to come to, so they can have a set regulation, and then the best steps so they can have the licenses in a very short period of time. Let me tell you something. As a small business owner, I will not have to go, and they will not have to go as well to 3, 4, 5 different departments so they can get the process done themselves.
Good point. Yep.
They can
Excellent.
spend weeks by the time, they can spend weeks or months waiting for licenses, and then by the time the city of Brockton will lose a lot of money. I'm talking about taxes. I'm talking about jobs, because when those businesses come to Brockton, they create jobs, they pay taxes. By the simple fact they are paying taxes, we will be able to support our budget better, And then, let me tell you something. And then we need one set of rules. We don't need, by the time we have one office for them, so they can streamline the process to get their licenses done as quick as possible, so we can move the city forward. But we need one set of rules. We don't need 1, 2, 3 different set of rules, so we can go as quick as possible. Because it's all about tax incentive. Give them the opportunity to come and get something from Brockton. And as well, by establishing themselves, they will be hiring people, and those people will be paying tax, and those businesses will pay taxes as well, and then we will be able to get enough money to move the city forward. That's what I will work for. That's what I will do my best, so I can talk to other city councilors and the city council if ever I will be elected for this coming election in November.
Alix, you get elected to the at-large seat here in the city of Brockton. Let's talk about day number 2. Give us an example of an ordinance. You talk about small business. You talk about streamlining the process of having small businesses start in the city of Brockton. We salute you for that. So to give us an example of an ordinance that you would sponsor to assist small businesses in the city of Brockton.
I'm sorry to keep preparing your question, because it's it's not so fluid the communication. So if you asked me to give you an example of one of the small business owners that I talked to, and what was the conversation? Is that it?
No, sir. Ordinance, a city ordinance, which is a city law. Which sort of law, city law or ordinance would you sponsor to help a small business have a more transparent or speedy process to be licensed and open in the city of Brockton?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Ed Miller. I'm talking about one set of rules. We don't want 1, 2, 10, 11, 20 different set of rules. So if I go to the city hall, it's not going to be good for us to have one set of rules for us, Ed, one set of rules for Tony Branch, one set of rules for myself. I'm talking Alix-Arthur warning for City Councilor-at-large.
Okay.
So we need one set of rules.
Alex?
Different set of rules, so we can go as
Alex?
quick as possible. So if I am, as a business owner, I decide to go to the city hall, they will give me a set. If you have all of your
Alex,
all of requirements, you can get your license or licenses in 24, 72 hours max.
Okay, Alex, I appreciate you calling in. We went a little over. Do you have any fundraisers coming up, and how can people reach you? Please keep it within about 30 seconds.
I want to tell, I already get all my signatures back, and I
Okay.
get approved. And then I want to ask people in Brockton to take a chance on change. The election will be coming in September 19th. I already thank you for all of your support. And then election day, I humbly ask you for one of the 4 votes at City Councilor-at-large in order to be able to serve you moving forward. And I'm ready for the learning process. I'm ready to learn from those who came before me, and I'm so excited to have participated and change the city of Brockton for
right.
better. Any question or support, please give me a call or a text message at 774-381-1687. Thank you so much again, Ed Miller. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much, Tony Brent. I'm looking forward to talking to you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in, Alex. You were listening to Alix Arthur
Alix GAYAUD.
GAYAUD,
Yeah.
and he is running